Hi everyone, this is your daily weather hazard briefing from the National Weather Service office here in Pocatello, Idaho for Thursday, May 22nd. We do have a bit of a return for our rain and storm chances as a weak shortwave and cold front work their way through the area today. But the best chance for any shower or storm is mainly going to be north of a line from Sun Valley to Idaho Falls over to Driggs. So we'll kind of get into some of that here coming up. But another chilly start to the morning with a frost advisory in effect until 9 a.m. So if you are watching this after that point, that'll be wrapped up as temperatures are expected to warm up pretty quickly once the sun is up this morning, and temperatures themselves will actually be warming back into the upper 60s and 70s for many of us today. As I mentioned, we've got that short wave coming through today. That will increase the winds a little bit, just kind of breezy in general. And with a couple of those storms that do get going, we could see some stronger wind gusts out of those up to about 50 miles per hour or so. We've got another weaker system coming through late Friday into Saturday, and our system upgrade continues. However, things are starting to come back online. NOAA Weather Radio appears to be broadcasting, although some of the data is a bit old. As we kind of continue to push out some more data today, that should update, and again, we'll kind of continue to see some improvements of those outages slowly returning. Again, we still have a few things to kind of tweak and perfect as we go through the day today, but hopefully you'll see some improvements. Same thing goes for our briefing images. Hopefully they're back to normal tomorrow, but as you know, sometimes with these upgrades and updates, things can take a little bit to kind of get back to our new normal. Here's a look at satellite this morning. You can see plenty of cloud cover streaming into Idaho in general. As the system comes through, we'll kind of see an increase in cloud cover here in eastern Idaho as we go through this afternoon. Again, as those rain and storm chances start to pick up, especially areas a little bit farther north for most of us. So speaking of our weather risk outlook grid, again, none of these are expected to be particularly impactful today. But if we see a stronger storm, that's a little bit more likely up towards the Stanley area, even up near Salmon. Otherwise, some isolated shower thunderstorm chances in the upper Snake River Plain through the Lost River, eastern highlands. Again, we have that secondary weak system coming through late Friday into Saturday. Again, certainly not everyone going to see a shower or storm, and the weekend certainly won't be a washout by any means. So if you have outdoor plans for the holiday weekend, that is good news, but still something to keep an eye on and stay weather aware for those outdoor plans. As I mentioned, we do have that frost advisory in effect until 9 a.m. this morning for a fairly limited area out across part of the Arco Desert Mud Lake area. Temperatures this afternoon are warming. More of us will be back into the low and mid 70s for the eastern Magic Valley and Snake River Plain. If you're not quite back into the 70s just yet, you can still at least enjoy some upper 60s. Wind gusts today, as I mentioned, will be a little bit breezy, even outside of a thunderstorm chance, with some gusts around 30-35 miles per hour. With a storm or two, you could see a stronger gust closer to 50 miles per hour. As far as those chances for those storms, as I mentioned, a little bit better chance the farther north you go, especially kind of into northern central Idaho. That said, Chalice, Salmon, you still could see an isolated storm, even all the way as far south as Idaho Falls. But you get farther south than that, and those chances really drop off pretty quickly. Overall, not expecting a whole lot of moisture out of this. At best, maybe about 1/10 of an inch. On Friday, even with this weak cold front coming through, temperatures really won't drop much. Maybe a degree or two, but overall pretty similar to what we're expecting this afternoon. Winds on Friday are expected to be a little bit lighter, with gusts closer to about 20-25 miles per hour. As we head into the weekend, we'll kind of get those 1 or 2 degrees back that we lose for Friday, so expect more of us into the low and mid 70s in the afternoon. Saturday, not too breezy, but kind of some typical afternoon gusts of 15, 20, 25 miles per hour. As we look ahead to, believe it or not, almost the end of May, we are still looking at pretty good chances, or at least fairly high confidence in above normal temperatures for all of Idaho. and below normal precip chances. So looks like we will be starting to warm up and dry out as we kind of get into the unofficial start of summer. So a little bit cool to start this morning, as mentioned, with that frost advisory in effect until 9 a.m. Got that short wave and cold front moving through today. Not particularly strong, so not a whole lot of rain coming with it, but can't rule out an isolated chance for a shower or thunderstorm, especially the farther north you go today. Another weaker system coming through late Friday into Saturday. As I mentioned, our system upgrades do continue. We're starting to see some of that come back online, so expect continued improvements throughout the day today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can find the latest forecast information online or social media. Otherwise, you can also give us a phone call or send us an email. Have a great day.